Hi, I'm Josanne Wright Callender, the author of the Happy Little Garbage Truck Picture Book and Educational System. I have been hoping to encourage and help parents and teachers during this time of COVID quarantine, but I actually have been thinking that a lot of these talks and research that I've been doing will take all of us back to school or, out of quarantine times. This is like overall great information for those of us who really enjoy being encouragers and want to help our children gain greater skills and have higher levels of self-confidence. Excuse me. So, pardon me. Today we're going to take a closer look at the importance of hope and how it helps to meet adversity. It pushes us towards positive levels of goals, and it actually helps to build self esteem because we're hoping, we're hoping, we're actually looking towards accomplishing more higher goals, higher skill levels, and and acquiring those skill levels and goals that we've set up for ourselves, whatever it may be, we feel better about ourselves once we achieve them. And even getting close to achieving them shows us that there is something that we can do. There's our inner locus of control at work. So the other day, we took a closer look at hope and discovered that there is a brain chemistry component, as I thought, but I started researching around and found out indeed hope releases that powerful neurotransmitter dopamine. And that dopamine is carried by our neurons into the stratum portion of our brain, which is involved with reward seeking, movement, and motivation. So, I can't say how important it is for us to hope because it not only increases our optimism, but it also increases the level of positivity that we have within our mindsets. So the hope theory is um, was term a term coined by C.R. Snyder, and he has this book called The Handbook of Hope. But there's several articles of his on the internet, and we took a look at his definition of hope as a positive motivational state that is based on an interactivity between our goal directed energy and the plans that we've made to meet our goals, which he designates as the pathways. So I started thinking about this and how important it is to have goals, but I hadn't necessarily connected the two together as being part of the same thought process. But goal acquisition in this theory is connected to positive emotions, which takes us back to hope, releasing the dopamine. It's a very positive state of mind. And so he stated that there's some people with high hopes and expectations, and people who have rather low hopes and expectations. But there are four categories that they subdivided this theory into. And the article that I got this information from, I will include in my description box. But these four categories were goals, and the goals have to be valuable, but kind of uncertain. You're not sure if you're going to hit that goal, but it's still close enough that you feel that there is a potential. And the second part, I'm looking ahead, is actually goals give us a direction. The pathways is number two. It creates that direction or strategy that we're going to take to get to the goal. So these are pathway thoughts. The goal is the actual thing, but it provides a positive direction for our thoughts. I want to be able to type 60 words a minute was my goal back in the day. And then the pathway of how to get there was, oh, I have to practice at least, 30, 40 minutes a day on my typing skills. So that was the pathway. Now the agency, which is the third component, is the motivation that we use to get to these roots. And you might give yourself a pep talk, you might do some positive affirmation. Agency is like, if when I'm able to get to this point, I will be able to apply for a better job, have a higher level of income. So those were the agency thoughts or motivational thoughts that I had, which kept me practicing. Number 4 are the barriers, things that keep us from getting to our goals, which we know there are quite a few. And sometimes they're mental, sometimes they are physical. But with these barriers, there's always our choice of, are we going to push through or are we going to give up? So we're going to take a closer look at hope through Dr. Snyder's hope theory and our next talk. So I hope that you subscribe, please share, and I look forward to seeing you then. Bye bye.